G'day there, it's Jono from the Hive. In this video, I'll explain exactly what the Hive Practice Autopilot program is. Now, the guts of it is that we will take you through a 6-month program to make sure that all your processes are documented and you have a complete framework for managing the business with all of the tasks and workflows managed so that you've got a really clear idea of everything that's going on inside the practice. So this is everything that your practice management system, i.e. Clinico or Front Desk or Core Plus, etc., everything that those tools are not managing for you. And I guess unlike coaching or education, the key with this is that yes, it's process documentation, helping you with the framework for that. It's setting up the tool for you. We're using Podio. It's also onboarding your team, but it's implementation. A lot of it is done for you with a rollout of the templates that we have into an account that you own. So before I get into any detail, I just wanted to, it's easier for me to explain via looking at this mind map, this top-down mind map. We're using the tool called Podio, and you can see here we have a 6-stage rollout delivery through getting your operations manual, tasks and workflows associated with the support, delivery, development, an HR space for both onboarding and doing development and actually recruitment if you really need to do it, and then setting up a framework for if you want to continue to use VA support down the track, whether it's with us or whether it's with another company. Again, this video only shows enough for you to understand exactly what it is. I'm very happy to go through in more detail with you. Just give me a call or book in a chat via the website. But just to explain the way that we actually roll this program out, it is a staged rollout, so 6 stages to system success. So that includes setting up the operations manual space, which will also include training for your team to use everything. That's where your ops manual sits. These don't then necessarily have to go in order, but what we've found with working with lots of other clients is that we generally like to set up the support, the admin stuff, the things that happen on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, then the additional practitioner tasks that perhaps fall outside of patient notes. So that might be orthotic workflows or third-party approvals or maybe letter writing apps. The development activity space, again, getting your mastery cadence going with your leadership meetings, your quarterly plans, keeping a track of your marketing and all that kind of stuff there. I know that HR management probably falls under the area of support. However, just from a technical point of view, we keep that separate so that generally when you're talking about reviews and all of that kind of thing, the owner will want to have a private space that's only the owner and the actual team member who can actually have access. So that's why we actually set that up in a separate space. And then getting some leverage with having a framework set up so you can actually get outsourcers to come and do work. So they don't necessarily have to have access to all of this stuff, but they can do work inside the same setup for you. And the way that we would do it is that I personally will have a meeting with you to do the systems planning, and we'll actually customize what this looks like for you. When I do that meeting, Terence and James will sit in with me, and within about a week to 10 days, we'll have completely set up a structure map and set up your apps so that we'll then onboard you and onboard your team to come in and start working inside of here. That'll happen fairly quickly when you first get going, and then we get into this cadence so that we can keep on track of it all. And the thing that we've discovered is that this frequency of just having a one-on-one meeting with one of our Hive heroes and myself to check in on your progress every single month over a 6-month period really works for keeping accountable and keeping on track. We are also running Q&As throughout each month, which you can book into if you need to. That's obviously optional. And we set up an app within your workspace, which is just for requests of us, of our Hive heroes, who will get back to you and sort it out if you've got any issue or anything that's not working, or even an idea that perhaps we haven't thought of that we could actually make work for you. That's the top level explanation. I might go into a little bit more detail on what all of these apps actually are, but So I'll drill down a little bit further into the specific stuff so that if you want some more meaty information, I'll give you a bit of a sneak preview at what it might look like in your practice. As an aside, we're using Podio rather than, say, an Asana or Trello, Google Sites combination, or some kind of standard operating procedure custom app, because Podio is very, very flexible in being able to customize workflows specifically for the way that you do things in your practice. It's a really robust tool, and there are some advantages in using this over any of the other tools that we've tried out. In the next video, I'll explain our 6 stages to system success rollout in a lot more detail.